So if you ever teach
Here we are again. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be talking today about one of my favorite subjects, and that is the art of giving. The book we're going to be looking at is the book The Go-Giver, a fable book written by Bob Burg and John David Mann. This book follows the 5 laws of stratospheric success, which we'll be getting into just momentarily. But Joe is a hardworking, ambitious young businessman who believes success comes from working hard, longer, smarter than everyone else. Despite his efforts, he finds himself falling further behind. In desperation, Joe seeks guidance from a legendary mentor named Pindar. Over 5 days, Pindar introduces him, Joe, to 5 extraordinary, successful people who each teach him one timeless principle. Joe discovers that the people who become the most successful are not those who are obsessed with getting, they're obsessed with giving value to others. The lessons is simple yet revolutionary. The more value you create for others, the more success naturally comes back to you. And just talk to you a little bit about my own personal philosophy. Giving and receiving are really the same coin. They're just on different sides of the coin. Givers receive the gift of receiving so that they can become givers, and receivers give the gift of receiving so that givers can be givers, if that makes any sense. Givers and receivers are the same people. Now, there is another group of people called takers, and they suck. Givers and receivers are kind of like an alternating current. They give, they receive, they give, they receive. They're always looking to return. They believe in the law of reciprocity, which is not one of the 5 we're going to talk about today. But the law of reciprocity basically says that when you receive something, you want to give back as a thank you, as a response, as a natural response. So, givers and receivers are like an alternating current. They're giving and receiving, continually rejuvenating the battery. On the other hand, there are takers who are like a direct current. They just suck. They don't return anything at all. They just take and take and take and take and take. And maybe you know somebody like that. It's about giving. It's about creating value, and it's about doing all you can do. Because extraordinary success isn't built by asking, what can I get? Extraordinary success in life and in relationships it's built by asking, how can I serve? The old S word, serving, service. That's exactly what aligned people do. You've heard me talk a little bit about alignment from time to time. So I'm going to go through these 5 stratospheric principles that you can take to the bank. They are timeless. And when you hear them, you're going to say, man, I've heard that somewhere else. And I'll point out a couple that I'm familiar with. Maybe there's other particular ones that you can touch. The first law is the law of value. Your true worth is determined by how much you give in value more than you take in payment. It's over serving. It's over providing. It's giving more power, more service, more value to your clients in any industry. Could not necessarily in monetary value, but in staying in touch and all that. Because it's important for you to always leave people better than you found them. You focus on solving problems instead of making sales. Your excellence is remembered long after the price is forgotten. And great leaders constantly ask, how can I make this better? Just think about this. People rarely remember what something costs. They always remember how you made them feel. So we go from the logic, the neocortex, to the limbic brain. We're going from thinking to feeling. Very, very important concept. So the law of value. Number 2, the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Yes. I'm thinking, okay, somebody that's selling $200,000 to $300,000 houses is going to have to be doing a lot of business, where somebody in a place like Beverly Hills or New York doesn't need to make as many sales because they're selling houses in the millions. But it's about how many people you serve and how well you serve them. At some level, there's a number there. Success expands as you impact others because of the referral. One person is helped, and then you'll help 10, and then you'll help thousands. Leadership is not about position so much as multiplying your influence. So the law of value, number 1. Number 2, the law of compensation. Number 3, the law of influence. The law of influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. Listen before speaking. Ooh. Seek understanding before understood. That's the habit number 5 of Stephen Covey's habits, 7 habits of highly effective people. Relationships create opportunities, and people trust people who genuinely care, because influence is never demanded, it's earned. Number 1, the law of value. Number 2, the law of compensation. Number 3, the law of influence. Number 4, the law of authenticity. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. As Orson Welles said one time, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. People follow genuine leaders. Vulnerability creates trust. Shall I say, transparency develops trust also. You don't have to impress everyone. Just be consistent with yourself. There are some people that you are not going to impress by being yourself. It's okay. Let them go. Because authenticity creates credibility, and credibility creates influence. You don't need to sell to everybody. You just need to sell to your people. Number 1, the law of value. Number 2, the law of compensation. Number 3, the law of influence. Number 4, the law of authenticity. And finally, number 5, the law of receptivity. The key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. It's not reciprocity, it's the receptivity, being receptive to receiving. If you give with an idea of receiving, it's not giving. You need to accept compliments graciously. How many of you don't accept compliments very graciously, or even a tip, financially or otherwise? Allow others to have a joy in helping you. That's important. Because if you give and give and give and give all the time, you're not being able to receive. And if you're not receiving, you're not giving someone else the privilege of giving to you. And don't confuse humility with refusing help. Giving and receiving complete one another. They are the same coin, just opposite sides. Because even the strongest leaders need others. Receiving is not weakness, it's wisdom, because it gives other people an opportunity to give to you. Those are super, super duper principles. So challenge question will be to you, think about the last 5 transactions or interactions you've had with coworkers, family, or customers. How'd the conversation go? Was it, what did I get, or what value did I create? Did you leave the conversation receiving or giving? This book, The Go-Givers, is an incredibly different path, because the world often celebrates go-getter, the person who climbs faster and pushes harder, competes more fiercely. The different path is created and decided by the go-giver. Leaders who make the greatest impact aren't the ones focused on taking. The leaders are the ones committed to serving, encouraging, listening, teaching, and creating value wherever they go. Serving, encouraging, listening, teaching, and creating value wherever they go. Ironically, when you stop chasing success and start serving people, success has a way to find you. As Pindar teaches Joe in the book, generosity isn't merely generous. It's one of the smartest leadership strategies you'll ever practice. Generosity is leadership in action. It's a great book. And I encourage you to read it, to use its ideas and concepts. Giving value is where the world needs to be. So what I want to do, and I hope what you want to do. If you need to know more about that, I'll be happy to talk to you about alignment. I'll be happy to talk to you about your genius. I'm at paulwilsondelivers.com. paulwilsondelivers.com. And if you'd like to know more about that, you could go there to get on my calendar, or you can call me direct at 5057 06 2868 505 706 2868. Be happy to talk with you about that. Have a great day. Have a great week. This is the celebration week of our 250th birthday. God bless you, and God bless America. We'll talk soon, hopefully. Thanks very much for tuning in.